Alright boys, last week on Instagram I posted a thing saying that if my reel got 1,000 likes then I would be buying Lego off of Temu. Well, needless to say, you guys crushed that goal, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's go on Temu and let's find a set that we want to build. Alright guys, scrolling on Temu, we're going to see if we can find anything cool. And the first thing that I noticed was this huge Mos Eisley Cantina right here for only $90. It has over 2,000 pieces and this thing looks pretty insane. And you know it's good when they use AI generated images in all the pictures. Now this thing is absolutely sick, but I don't think we're going to get it today. Just in case it's really bad, I don't want to be stuck with it. If this video gets like 100 likes, then we will end up buying that. And then moving on, you can see that we have a bunch of just random stuff. A lot of it's not even Star Wars. Like we have this midi scale Razor Crest right here. We have this really horrible looking Bad Batch attack shuttle right there. And then we even have like a B2 super battle droid. But I will say the one thing that I'm really interested on here, which I'll have to make another video on, is these Simpsons sets. I don't know if you guys know this, but I collect all the Simpsons figs in almost all the sets. And so it would be sick to have Moe's Tavern, or the school right here would be pretty sick as well. Now I just found this. It's like a UCS Nebulon frigate, and this thing looks insane. Now I am kind of tempted to buy this. Boys, this thing just looks absolutely insane. So the set that we ended up choosing was this General Grievous helmet. I think it fit perfectly because I've always wanted one of these and Lego will never make one of these. And currently it is on sale for $36, but I actually picked mine up for $30. Alright boys, so now that we just picked out a set, we just gotta wait for it to come in the mail, and we'll see you soon. Alright boys, and here it is. The official name of the set is General Grievous Helmet, which I'm actually surprised that they could use the name General Grievous. But I feel like you got it for the set, come on. This set is rated for ages 12 and up, and it has 788 pieces. So it's actually going to have a lot more pieces than I thought, and it's probably going to be a lot bigger than I had first anticipated. Now, I'm not going to lie, this box art is amazing. This is so much cooler than anything Lego is doing nowadays. I think it looks sick. And I'm actually really excited to build this. I think it's going to be awesome. And if it looks anything like it looks like on the box, this thing's going to be gorgeous. Now, as I was getting ready to build the set, something that I found really interesting was that there was actually numbered bags. On a lot of these fake Lego sets, they don't have numbered bags. And it definitely helps a lot that there is numbered bags. And one more thing that it came with, it actually comes with this little book right here that shows you a bunch of other different models that they make that you can buy. Some of these are actually really cool, and I definitely would suggest looking into these if you buy this set. Also, one more thing before I show you guys the build, I do just want to show how complicated each step is. Like, the instructions are not Lego instructions, especially because they're a lot smaller. But like, you can see how much you're doing in each step. Like, it's not just like one at a time, but there's multiple steps in each page. So it is definitely a longer building process. Alright boys, I just finished up the build. It only took me about an hour and a half, so it wasn't too bad. The build process wasn't horrible, but here is the final review. And here is the final result. Man, this thing looks gorgeous. Now, before I say any good things about this, I do just want you guys to know that what these companies do is they go online and they steal designs from mock designers and they make them into their own product. So the reason why this build is so good looking and has some great techniques is because they steal it from super good mock designers. So if I can figure out who originally made this, I would try and tag them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. With that being said, just take everything with a grain of salt and let's get into it. I mean, starting off, what can you say? This thing looks amazing. I mean, the techniques that this build used were absolutely astounding. It was just so fun being able to build this build. It was so unique, and usually when I build a helmet set, I don't really like it. I don't really like the techniques. It's just, it kind of bores me, you know? But this was completely different. I mean, starting at the top, you can see the beautiful shaping that they do on the head. It is crazy the technique that they use for this. And I'll let you guys build the set to figure out how they do it. But man, it is insane looking. And then moving down, you can see that it captures his eyes so well. They also use such a good technique in there, and it looks insane. It looks super scary and super intimidating, just like in the movie. And you can see his nice yellow eyes and his black pupils. And then going down a little bit further, you can see the nice shaping on the front of the face. And then underneath, you can see that they use a ton of detail for his neck. There's a ton of different tubes, wires, and just all sorts of stuff coming out. And it looks amazing. They use a lot of interesting techniques down here. And it's just such a cool idea. Now, one thing that I did want to say about the model is that it is super durable. So as you can see right here, I can shake this thing. I can move it around. No pieces are falling off easily. And for like a helmet style set, that is very rare. So it's super great that this one is so durable. Really quickly, I did want to show the back of it as well because I think it looks great. And to give you a good size reference, this is what he looks like next to the General Grievous minifigure. It is just absolutely massive. This thing dwarfs all of the other helmet sets, and it's actually crazy the sheer size that they got on it. And then as you can see behind us, I have these nice display shelves for my Legos. And we're going to be taking out those 2 Jedi Interceptors to put this guy in there just to see what it looks like in there. Man, after putting it in the shelf, this thing just has crazy shelf aura. I'm not gonna lie. Just look at how menacing that thing is right there. That is so much shelf presence. It's definitely one of the highlights of the shelf, and I think when you walk in and see it, that is the first thing you're gonna see. Maybe besides that. Now, overall, I think this build looks absolutely amazing. This thing on the shelf just has crazy amounts of aura. It just looks so sick. Now, unfortunately, I do hate recommending this product just because the companies that make these do steal designs, and it does really suck for the poor mock builders. But at the same time, getting this model for $30 is something that like you just can't pass up. I think that if you're not a Lego purist, this is 100% something that you should pick up. I mean, just look at this. This build is super sturdy. This thing is not falling apart, all for $30. The build quality is super good and the pieces are really high quality. And I hate to glaze Temu because I've actually never used Temu before, but this is a pretty sick pickup. Now overall, including everything with the price, the looks, the durability, and overall shelf presence, I'm gonna rate this thing a 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, for fake Lego, this is the best thing that you will ever get. There's going to be no other set that is better than this. And the techniques that it uses alone just make it well worth that $30 price tag. So overall, I would 100% recommend picking up this set. This thing is awesome. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I know we're a little far right now, but we will get there. I appreciate you guys' support, and I post every Monday and Friday, so make sure to stay tuned for new videos. And I'll see you in our next one. Peace out.